Hi, cuties, besties, and ghosties. This is Muertera, and this is Muertero. Thank you for being here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really cute reading for y'all. Really excited about it. We are going to do a reading on your person's secret feelings. So we will start off with a quick energy check just to make sure that the pile that you choose is the right pile. And then we will dig into what your relationship or interactions look like on the 3D level. And then we are going to move on to the tarot and ask about your person's secret feelings. So things that they are thinking and would never in a million years say to you, at least not now. And then we'll wrap up with a little bit of advice. So for those of you who have not done a pick a card before, we are going to go into a quick little section where I will explain to you what these three stones are, what the energy behind them are. We'll play a singing bowl for a few moments, and you can pick the pile that you are most drawn to, and then we will get on to the readings. So again, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in either the pick a pile section or in your reading. Thanks. Hi friends, welcome to your pick a card section. So I'm just going to quickly go through the crystals, explain the meaning behind each of them, and then we will move on to the singing bowl. So this little guy is, little friend here is Dalmatian Jasper, and you can see the little polka dots in it. This is a really playful stone. It really brings out your childlike nature. So if you are called to this one, then pile 1 is your pile. It's like our little eternal child. This middle one is everybody's, I don't know, solid ride or die. This is an amethyst stone. It's got some nice little, I think, striations in it, the little lines. But this is really, for me, a grounding stone. Back in Greek times, Greeks used to use it to keep from feeling drunk. So definitely a stone that enhances clarity, clairvoyance, and just clear-mindedness, solid decision-making, things like that. So if you were called to the amethyst, then pile 2 is your pile. And this last little friend, I am relatively certain it's a hunk of turquoise. There's a lot of fake turquoise out there, and I'm pretty sure I got this in a little pack, so potentially it's not, but we're gonna go with it. Turquoise is a great stone for protection. It also helps you connect to your throat chakra and speak your mind. So probably fitting for a reading where we're talking about secret feelings that somebody might not want to express. So if you are called to turquoise, then pile 3 is your pile. And now I'm going to play the singing bowl. So if you are interested, hang out and meditate and choose your pile. If not, I will see you in your reading. Okay, hopefully you have made your choice, and I will see you in your reading. Bye. Okay, cuties. So if you chose the Dalmatian Jasper, then this is going to be your reading, this playful little stone. Okay, so I am going to start by pulling a card from the Starseed Oracle. I intended to take 2 cards from this, but because I got a third one that I feel like is like the main energy for this pile, I'm only going to take 1 from this card, or from this deck. But you know, I always say that and then the cards do what they do. So there we go. 1 card. And I want to peek at the bottom. You got the love. Codependency boundaries. Ooh, okay, I want to take this one too. I just like the cards, y'all. Okay, so here we go. Lost lands, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. And then you got the love is the energy beneath it. I am going to pull out these cards. So on the left hand, we have the mother. And on the right, we have the mentor. Something that jumped out at me kind of immediately was this felt like divine feminine and divine masculine energies just straight off the bat. And the card that kind of, like this peeked out and I just felt like it was kind of background information. But I did want to take it. I would say it's kind of like back of the energy or back of the deck energy type feel, but it's the tier. So we're going to pull this one out here as well. And then I am going to grab, and I shuffled all of these decks before we started, but I'm just going to shuffle this one because I feel like it. I'm going to grab 1 card from the Sacred Animal Oracle, or the Spirit Animal Oracle. Animal Spirit. Okay. I was going to put it on the left, but it seems to have fallen on the right. So I'm going to let the cards do what they do. And that side has gotten 2. So it be what it be. Okay, so this is a really interesting spread. I want to start, we'll talk about first person on the left and then first the person on the right. And then we'll get into the energies that are connecting right now. So person on the left. So they are represented first and foremost by the mother archetype. And I'm called to kind of notice that there is a snake wrapped around both of these cards with something in the middle. Both the mother and the snake talk about creative potential. The snake is actually like the epitome of potential, of creativity, of being able to birth something into the world. And that is what the mother does, first and foremost. The cheetah here as a complementary energy in this sense, I kind of see it as this person having a lot of activity or fire that's put into that creative potential. The cheetah is also a card of divine masculine. So I think when this person is in balance, they really are a force to be reckoned with. Like they can create the things that they put their energy into in the world take shape. What seems to be out of balance with this person is maybe like an inability to let go of that control and to let things be. I think, like, if you think about the mother, right? Like, a mother creates life. There's a baby gestating for like 9 months, and then she gives birth. And then throughout that child's life, it's slowly releasing and teaching the child to be more independent and to walk on their own 2 feet and to do things for themselves. And slowly over time, that creation no longer is just the mother's. Like, that creation becomes a little human, and then a teenager, an adult with their own thoughts and feelings and their own desires. And I think this mother person really struggles with recognizing that they don't always have control of situations in life, just in general. I think with the cheetah energy and the creative force, I feel like this is the type of person that like doesn't really take no for an answer. Doesn't necessarily, like, I think that they listen, but I think that they have their eye on the prize. They think that what they want for somebody else is truly what is best for them. And I think that there is a struggle here for this person to really see other people's perspectives and understand that just because the end goal isn't what the mother thinks it should be, or person A thinks it should be, doesn't mean that it's wrong, or doesn't mean that it's not worth running towards. I see like an overprotectiveness of this person. Like, it's not, they're pretty controlling in a nurturing way, where they have a lot of fear-based responses, and they really want the best for the people around them. But sometimes their fiery energy gets in the way. Like you might tell them, hey, actually, like, this isn't what I want, or, you know, I don't really want to do it this weekend. And they still keep on trying to push, like, oh no, this is going to be the best thing for everybody. And they have a bit of a hard time backing down once they've already like set their mind on that prize or decided that's what's going to happen. Person 2 is an interesting energy because it's very, very similar. Yet the more divine masculine, I guess, paired to this energy. Like, I see these energies as kind of mirroring. So the mentor has kind of that same controlling attitude, in the sense that they think that they know what is best for somebody else. And their attitude towards like bringing that to life or bringing that into the world is a little less active. It's much more passive than the mother's is. The mother is like right out the gate, like, this is what you should do. I've already done X, Y, and Z for you, and all you need to do is show up. And then probably gets disappointed when that person doesn't show up because it's not really what they wanted to do. The mentor is more like, this is what you should do. Here's a really realistic version of why you shouldn't do what you want to do. But I think that the way that they deliver the message is a little bit more like crushing and a little bit less supportive and quite hands-off. So I think it's really interesting that the dragon is like a large snake, right? And the dragon also talks about like willing things into reality. And I think this mentor person, if we want to start talking about the dynamic between these two people, I think this mentor person has a very, very strong feeling about how things should go. And I also think this mother person also has a very, very strong opinion about how things should go. And I see kind of a few different situations in here. I could see this in a romantic sense where these two people just really, they want the best for each other, but they're really, really, really struggling on how to support one another. And I think the mother doesn't really understand the mentor's attitude. Like, they think that if you support somebody, like, you need to be there, you need to do things for them, you need to give them words of support, words of affirmation. And the mentor is more about, here are the tools that you need to succeed. And then they kind of like disappear, right? They're like a little bit of more of a reserved energy. And I think on the left, this mother person overreaches and doesn't understand why the mentor doesn't respond. And the mentor is over here thinking like, well, I've given them all the tools that they need. Like that's the best kind of support that you could possibly want. And it kind of leaves the mother like feeling like they're a bit out in the cold. Like their creations, they're putting so much energy to it, but the mentor doesn't really seem to be putting energy in. And this dragon force is blocked. Like, I feel like the mother feels like if they came together and actually both put the same amount of energy into the situation, then this would unblock and they would have these really beautiful unifying energies. Like you can see around here, there's like rainbows around the dragon. There's a rainbow inside of the snake. There's a rainbow outside of the mother. But they're really just fully unable to balance out their energies and communicate with each other in a way that where they're able to really talk about their needs and talk about why they have different perspectives. And the tear came out. I feel like this causes so much pain and stress in the relationship. I think they deal with it in very different ways as well. Like the mother really internalizes it and the mentor, I think, avoids it. And so on one hand, the mother is feeling, like, why isn't the mentor responding to this? And like, this is hurting me, and they're not really understanding or doing anything about it. And the mentor is more of an avoidant energy. And so they just can't really see eye to eye. The energies that are connecting these two people. So one is lost lands, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. This card to me here, this speaks about cycles. I think that these two people are in kind of like an endless loop. And it's really hard for them to see eye to eye. However, we also you've got the love, Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. I think these two people do struggle with boundaries. I think this push and pull dynamic can probably feel a little codependent, and I think that there's really like instability in the way that emotions are expressed. Like maybe things are really, really great at times. There is a ton of love here. But then something happens and the mother gets disappointed or the mentor withdraws, and they start to feel lost again. But back in the back of their head, they're like, well, like things are going to get good again. And I think it kind of flips back and forth between these energies, but there's always just this kind of this air of deep sadness and issues that just are not able to be resolved. And I think both of these people can see the deep potential of this connection. But because of the communication issues and their very different attitudes towards how to manifest their desires or what support means what being a supporting partner means. I think that gets kind of like lost in the shuffle. I honestly, I'm not sure. It seems like it could be pretty split on if you're, person one or person two. I was planning on reading person two's energy and getting more clarity into how they're feeling. I think it makes more sense because I feel like the mother is probably more prone to expressing feelings. I think the mentor, just because of their attitude and I mean, not like bad attitude, but their attitude of being pretty hands off. I think they're probably the like less communicative of the two. So. Oh, it's not, well, this was not the deck that I was planning to use, but let's just roll with it. Nothing is wasted. Everything happens for a reason. Okay, Spirit. What can you tell me about person two's secret feelings? If they could say anything, what would they express to person one? All I heard when this came out was, I want you. I do think there's a lot of love and a lot of desire in this connection that doesn't necessarily always get expressed. It feels like there are some really, really kind of cold, distant moments in it where both parties feel cut off from that fire. And person two really regrets regrets making the mother feel like they're cut off like that, but they genuinely think that when they withdraw, they're doing the right thing. And here we have, maybe this is why this this deck was preferred here. We have another image with a snake wrapped around an egg. And I think this is just, this imagery really reminds me of control too. Like, it seems like these two people are really battling for control of each other and control of the relationship. And I think this world egg is the Fool's card. I think there's a great potential for a new beginning with this connection, and I think that this person really wants that. The marquee here, the market is the world, and I think it's the world. Is it the Wheel of Fortune? I'm gonna double check that one. Okay, no, this is the Wheel of Fortune, which makes more sense. Because the Wheel of Fortune talks about cycles, and this person is really feeling low right now. Like, this person is feeling like this is a low point of this relationship, and they really want to get back to the fire, the passion, the drive that existed at the beginning of the relationship. And they think that there is definitely like this huge potential to start again. But I think they get trapped a lot in their thoughts, and they really struggle to communicate. This is the Eight of Swords. And this deck has so many snakes in it. But snakes are about magic and communication. And I think this person really struggles to take their thoughts and their desires and actually speak them out loud. And they kind of just like expect people to get it or figure it out on their own. And I think that's one of their biggest challenges right now. The Luna is the Nine of Cups. And and she's carving a moon into the water in this card. And so this person is really just sitting on their emotions. I think if they could say anything, they would say that a new start in this relationship would be a wish fulfillment for them. Like the Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment. I'm going to be honest though, I don't know how much this person is really willing to come to the table and change. I feel like these are secret feelings for them and secret desires because they wish they could kind of just wipe the slate clean. They feel trapped by all of these snakes, like all of the conflicts that have happened in this relationship. And instead of really like taking a proactive approach to solving it, they're kind of sitting on their feelings and not really doing much about it. And I think that's one of the biggest frustrations for the mother as well, is this person just seems to kind of kick back and chill. And they think that's the right thing to do, but on one hand, the mother might overextend. The mentor, on the other hand, doesn't extend enough. And I think until they're willing to come to the table and meet the mother halfway, they could express this desire to go back to the beginning. But unless they're willing to change and they're willing to do something to like make this Wheel of Fortune go upright, nothing is really going to change in this connection. Like it's really on the two of these people to decide that they're going to do something different. I was planning on pulling some more cards, but I just got like really deep into talking about this. Okay, so I'm gonna pull 2 cards from Romance Angels as well. There we go. Well, your stone, remember, was a stone of playfulness. Oh, that's too many. But trust and chemistry. Like this person wants to tell you, like they want to go back to the beginning where it was fun, where it was light, where you got along, where it was. Okay. I guess that kind of interrupted my thought, but where it was fun, where it was light, where there weren't all of these heavy energies, where you doubted each other, or there was push and pull, or there was anger and resentment. I think these cards are really telling for what they want. So the first is reconciliation. The second, I think reconciliation is pretty straightforward, right? The second is release your ex. I really see this as releasing these really heavy patterns of behavior and cycles that you've gone through. Like I almost see this as like an ex that keeps coming back. And maybe there is an ex that keeps coming back, but I really see this as like old patterns of behavior that keep reemerging that never really die. Like it would be like, that on and off again relationship with an ex where it's toxic and you keep on doing it. This is more, hey, I know I have pretty unhealthy coping mechanisms and I can't quite get a handle on them. And this person really has this desire to get back to this playfulness at the beginning of the relationship. However, they're really having a hard time committing to releasing their ex, whatever that is in their life. So next, I'm going to ask, like, what is this block for this person? What's the block that they need to resolve. That was a lot. Okay. So we will be together again. I want to be more than friends, and I knew exactly what I was doing. Interesting. So I think that if you are not in a relationship with this person, which it seems like there's a lot of back and forth in this and some pretty heavy energy. So I wouldn't be surprised if you weren't. I think this person knows that they have some unhealthy coping mechanisms and some unhealthy patterns of behavior. They know, they just really they don't have the strength at this point or the willingness to actually do the work to resolve it. I think awareness is the first step, right? Like you have to understand what your struggles are before you can actually do something about it. But their hands-off behavior is really blocking them from being able to manifest any change in this connection. I have a feeling that they haven't ever told you that they want to be more than friends. Like maybe this is a person who kind of like breadcrumbs you and like gives you a little bit and then withdraws, gives you a little bit more and withdraws. And it becomes really, really upsetting for the other person, especially because they have such fire and such an ability to create and birth things into life. I feel like they're like, hey, like, let's go. Like, I like you, you like me. There shouldn't be an issue with this. But instead, they're kind of in this push-pull situation where they can't get it right, but they can't exactly like cut each other off either. We will be together again, especially under this wish fulfillment card. Is this person really like, it's almost a cop-out, I feel like, in the way that they're thinking about it. Is this person saying, yes, we will be together again. But at the same time, they're not really doing anything besides wishing that things would go back to the start and wishing that things would be fun again, without fully taking accountability for their role in this and what they've done to make this a difficult situation. I think until they resolve that, this connection really isn't going to move forward. And again, this is energy. These are secret feelings. So I don't think this person is going to actually outwardly express this to you. And I kind of have a feeling that they know that if they just like went back in and started to be all playful and forget that they've started a bunch of drama or put you through the ringer or really confused you, that it's probably not going to go well for them. And that's why it's a secret feeling. Like this is what they wish that they could do, but they know that this isn't necessarily reality, because they've done something that's gotten to them to this situation. Okay. I am going to pull from this messages deck, and we will ask a couple a couple channeled messages, and then we'll wrap up with the charms. So Spirit, what are the secret feelings that this person is holding on to that they are not expressing? So the card that flipped over that I just pulled out is I don't want to change. And I think that that is probably like this person's deepest, darkest secret is they're scared of change and they don't want to. This card says, I'm afraid you'll find somebody else and you are so intelligent. There's definitely a lot of love in this connection. There's also a lot of stubbornness, and at the core, if this person does not want to change, I would say that this is probably not the most healthy situation to be in. So with charm, spirit, what can you tell me about this connection? Actually, I think I'm going to pull 2 more messages they're asking. Okay, 2 more. And I think that's 2. Okay. I'm not ready, and you make me feel out of control. Yeah. I think control is a huge issue in this connection, just in general, with all these snakes that are wrapped around. For both sides. It's not just person B. And this person just has an unwillingness to change that I think, advice from Big Sis. You can't change anybody unless they want to change. And if somebody doesn't want to change, the best thing you can do is love yourself enough to walk away. And I know probably you're not looking at tarot readings on YouTube to hear that, but I think it's really important to not romanticize these connections. If somebody isn't treating you right, if somebody's causing you pain and stress in your life, you could take that energy, like you have so much creative potential. Every single one of your cards talked about creative potential, creativity, birthing, manifesting. You have all of that energy within you. And I think what's blocking it right now is this push and pull with this person. I think they are literally like sucking the life out of you. It's kind of a frustrating energy to be in. So instead of asking for charms about the connection, I know it's about their secret feelings. I want to ask about things that'll give you a little bit of joy. So what's going to bring joy to you so you can get that creative fire back? Okay. So first, remember, you are a queen. You are that mother. Like, I think you need to focus on your kingdom and the things that really fill your cup and bring you joy. And don't worry about this person. Like, if they're going to come, they're going to come. But it's not up to you to really control it or change it. There's also this mosaic moon. And I feel like giving yourself time to create and channel your emotions into something beautiful will really help you. The moon is all about hidden emotions, and I think there are a lot of things that are hidden and confusing about this connection. And I think art, painting, dance, anything creative that you can do to put your heartache into, I think you are really going to be able to realign yourself if you dump energy into your own passions, as opposed to putting energy into this person because they're not open to receiving it right now. We have our little plane. And so traveling could be a passion of yours. Maybe you've been putting off trips, or maybe there are friends that you could go see, like now that we're post-pandemic, and that would bring some fun and light into your life, and a good distraction away from this. And then here's the happy charm, and I love this one. It's happy and it's a rainbow. I think that there are a lot of things in your life that deserve your attention and that really fill your cup. And right, here is also my little like 4-leaf clover half full guy. I think focusing again on things that fill your cup is really going to help you in this situation. It's going to help you feel better. It's going to help you feel better about yourself. I think that this has been a distressing situation, and probably has left you feeling pretty depleted. And here we have a little rocking horse. And I think that finding things that are fun to do, go to the park, go to the zoo, like go swing on swings or something like that. Something that brings you back to a lighter, more joyful time. I think that can really help fill your cup as well. And then the last little charm we have is a squirrel. And besides the fact that I do think squirrels are a little bit evil, squirrels are a little bit of hoarders, right? Like, they go and find nuts and they put them in the ground in little, they call them caches. I watched a PhD student give a talk about how squirrels cache their nuts once, and it was wild. This person dedicated like 6 years of their life to studying it. So I know a lot about squirrels. But squirrels are a little bit selfish, right? Like they're taking these nuts and they hide them for their winter. It's not a communal cache. It's not like they bring it back to a cave and they stock it up for the community. Like, no. Squirrels are doing this for them. And I think that you could stand to be a bit more selfish with your time and your energy, and really figure out what's going to fill your cup without worrying about this person. Like, this person's secret feelings can be their secret feelings. If they're not going to act on them and they don't have any intention of putting them into the world in a way that feels even and reciprocal, then you're really better off spending that time and putting it into yourself. So sending you so much love right now. Again, I hope that you're doing all right. I really feel like if this is a situation that is giving you like I kind of get the sense that this person causes you so much stress, especially when you're not around them, and it's like these little hits of happiness when you see them. Pay attention to your feelings when you are not around them, because I feel like those are telling. If you are stressing and anxious, and not enjoying yourself, that is a key indicator that this is unhealthy for you. And if this person wants to change, let them change and come to you. Don't chase them. I'm going to pull one more card for you just to wrap up, so we can end on a little bit more positivity. There we go. She flew. Manifestation, what you seek is seeking you. I think this is beautiful. I think this really aligns with the reading and the fact that you are a manifester. You're a mother. You can birth things into creation. And what you seek is seeking you. You will find a really amazing connection that matches your energy, where you feel valued and where you feel like you are putting equal time and effort into it. So remember that. Remember, fill your cup. Pursue your creative pursuits. Do all of these things to get yourself in a state where you're feeling happy and fulfilled, and everything else is going to fall in place. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you will come back again for another reading. If you enjoyed this, please like the video, comment, subscribe. All of those really help me. I'm trying to grow my channel right now. And honestly, I'm just so grateful to have you here. I really hope this was helpful, and I hope you'll come back and see me again. Okay, bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the amethyst stone, this is your pile. So we are going to start out with a quick energy check, and then we will get into this person's secret feelings, and then we will wrap up with some channeled messages and a few charms. So to start off, I shuffled these oracles off camera because they're very awkward to shuffle. But the rest I will shuffle on camera for you. We are going to use these two as the main energies, and go in kind of like a person A, B format. Okay, friends, sorry about that. If there is a quick little lag, it's because an alarm is going off on my phone. Okay, so we have two cards that came from the Starseed Oracle. I may need to cut out that shuffling, so just bear with me, please. We have the Cosmic Heart, Devotion, Potency, Make Your Life a Moving Prayer. And then Star Bathing, Light Body, Crystal Grid, Transmission, and Activation. For person A, their main energy is the Stone, and person B, the Hunter. So I am going to pull one more card from the Animal Spirit Oracle, and then we can get into the energies. Okay, Spirit, one card. Thank you. Okay, so we have the Bee for the Stone. That is such a cute card. Oh my gosh. And the Phoenix for the Hunter. Dang, look at these colors. Okay, so this is a really cool energy. The second I kind of like picked up the deck, it's definitely a lot lighter than the last pile, and pretty supportive. I feel like this pile is really about. I feel like these two people help each other a lot, and they're really building the foundations to be able to like transform and achieve a really successful future. So let's talk about the person on the left. So the Stone in this archetype deck, I guess when you think about a stone, it's like a rock. It's hard, it's cold, but a stone is actually one of the most energetically dense substances on this earth, right? Like it is bones, organic material. Like if it's compressed hard enough, it's a diamond. Like I think this person has done a lot of work on themselves, and they're not just a rock. Like they're goddamn diamond. Like, and I think this is re-emphasized with the Bee. Like the Bee is very hardworking, cheerful, doesn't really complain. Like the Stone has just been kind of like doing their thing, like going through life, achieving, like, don't get on the stone's bad side because a bee can sting you. But I think this person's like like their effort is finally paying off, and they're really happy about that. Like, they have put a lot of effort into themselves, and they're starting to see that manifest in the world. And it gives them comfort to know that they have invested in things that are worthwhile, and gives them a lot of hope for the future. I think they're gaining a lot of clarity for their next steps and where they want to go. And I feel like this person is a little bit like obsessed with person two. Like, let's talk about person two for a second. So I just feel like a lot of just admiration coming from this left side to this right side. So I think this person on the right is in the state of deep transformation. There is a lot of fire imagery in these two cards. It feels a little bit like, it feels grounded in a way though. Like, the hunter knows where they're going, and they have a goal, and they're going to achieve it. I think that's something that the stone really admires about this person, because the stone has been like just kind of like working on themselves, but it's been very internal. And they haven't really expressed like their desires or what they need, and given the universe clarity on what they want. They've just been slowly over here, like in the background, kind of becoming a diamond, and just along for the ride a little bit. And I think that they really appreciate this fire from the hunter person. The phoenix is all about transformation and spiritual transformation. And I think this person has gained a lot of clarity. And I think these two people have learned a lot of things from each other. That has allowed this hunter person to gain the clarity. Like, that the support and having the rock behind them has allowed this person to really spread their wings and fly. And I think this stone bee person is super happy to be the person like behind the hunter, who is just so happy to support, and so happy to lend a helping hand. And they're just very proud of this hunter phoenix person. Forgetting where they've like, forgetting as far as they have gotten. I think that like once this future kind of opened up for the hunter, like it created a lot of joy for person B, but I think it created even more joy for person A. Okay, so they're connecting energies, the cosmic heart, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. I think this is something that these two people have really taught each other. I think the hunter especially has learned this from the bee. I think bees' work in a lot of ways is kind of like a constant prayer. Like, they're almost selfless in a way. Like, they're constantly making honey. They're like storing honey for winter. They're bringing pollen back to the hive. Like, they really work as a community. And they have that devoted quality. Whereas the person B is more, not in a selfish way, but is more self-focused and working on transformation. And I just think that the stone like may have been the hunter at some point. Like, not like literally, but they had their phoenix moment, and what they got from it was that they wanted to contribute, and I think they're very happy to be contributing to somebody else's growth as well. The second energy is star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. I think that there's a lot of energy that goes back and forth between these two people. I think they get a lot of comfort from one another. And I think that they're very, very supportive for one another. Like, if we think about amethyst, the crystal that was picked for this pile, this stone is about clarity. It's about being able to see past limiting beliefs or the limiting aspects of your life. People used to wear it to not feel drunk. So I think that there's a really grounding, calming aspect to this stone. And I think that really shows the connection between these two people. I kind of have a sense that like most people might be the bee here. Just because this person's a little bit more spiritually developed. I don't think that the person B is not spiritually developed. They're just a little like less far in their spiritual journey. They're really getting to that place. And I think that, you know, like this is talking about a crystal grid and we've got the stone over here. I think this stone person has had such a huge impact on the hunter's life. And man, I'm excited to get into feelings because I feel like whatever comes through, which is going to be a big old love fest right now, I'm for it. I don't know, I was thinking about how much I like when the piles are just, you know, just some jovial energy, and I just heard bros being bros. I feel like this could be two people who are in a romantic partnership, but it also could just be best friends who are just like really, really vibing right now and really excited about each other's growth. I just feel a lot of excitement right now. Okay. So let's go with person B. You know, if you're flip-flopped, I wouldn't worry too much about it in this pile. I think the sentiments would probably be the same, both people. But I do think that person A seems like that's probably more of what's in this energy. The energy was coming through a lot more like clearly. So we're going to ask about person B's feelings. So Spirit, what would person B say to person A? What are their secret feelings? Oh, these are beautiful already. I'm so excited. I just heard like I want to give you as much as you've given me. Safety, stability, security. You have been my rock through so much change, and I am so grateful for you. Well, you know, it just almost came out. Oh no. Well, Page of Cups. Okay. I think the info card is still in this deck. But I will grab this little Page of Cups as a little extra. Because I think this person, as much as they admire, like this is like literally a mutual admiration club. I do feel like person B is kind of emotionally immature. And also I'm going to put a little vanity, I'm going to cover that little gal up. Okay. And it's really just like starting to get a connection with their own heart and their feelings. And I think that the rock person has been a very influential person in spurring this. And it wasn't like sometimes we talk about like karmic situations that really like just like rip open your heart chakra. I think this was a very like loving and compassionate way. And I think this person would really, really want to express how much gratitude they have for this experience, and to be able to be supported through this change. I'm going to shuffle these like one more time. Okay. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Healing family issues and make the effort. So it seems like these two people in the connection, I don't think that it's always been this love fest. I don't think that it's always been really easy. I think there are probably significant differences between person A and person B that may have caused some difficulty in communicating at first, and potentially some inner child issues as well. I think healing family issues, a lot of times like we reach our spiritual awakening because stuff's not going great in our life, and sometimes you can look back at your past and identify struggles that you've had that maybe mirror those of your parents or the upbringing that you had, and I think this person would really tell you that they are so grateful that you are this stable presence that tries. I don't think that they were modeled a relationship where somebody tried in the past. And I think that you were really not what they were expecting. Like, honestly, I could see this, being like, if you know this person, I would guess that you're in a relationship or like heading in that direction, or this is just one of your ride or dies best friends. Like, this person is in it for life, and they know that no matter what, both of you are on this journey together. And it's like the type of friendship where you could see them after like 3 years and nothing's changed, and you know everything about them. Like, all the shit that they went through as a kid, how it impacted them, and there's just so much love in this pile for one another. I think this person would tell you that they are scared of the changes that are happening to them. They don't want to show it. I feel like they're suppressing a lot of that fear, and it's rooted in them being unsure of where they're going with this. I think on the outside, they're the hunter, they know exactly where they're going. But on the inside, the star is pretty distant, and they're really starting to get in touch with their intuition, and they're starting to process this tower moment, and they are very unsure about their new direction. And they're still going to go for it because they have a lot of faith in the universe and this is the right direction for them, but it's something brand new. And I think that their secret feelings, like, they want you to think that they're this go-getter, that they're going to run towards it, that, they're going to, like, they're just taking this shot and running. Like, they're the phoenix, they're transforming. They want you to see that. But I think that they're like a little bit like shaky, or they're like, but I don't want them to see my vulnerable side, or like, like, I'm just a little dude with a fish. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I think that like they would take a little bit of an ego hit if you saw how much they felt like this little page of cups, like just barely getting their feet wet into their dreams and emotions and intuition. I think that they like to be more confident, and one of their main goals is really to like even the scales, and to give you as much as they've gotten. And so I think like that is a little bit of an ego thing where they want to be on an even footing with you. They don't want to feel like, you know, they're like a child in some way, or like not able to bring the same amount of effort and love and stability to the table. Oh, this is pretty cute energy, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. I'm gonna pull, I'm doing things a little bit different in every pile because the energies are so extremely different. So I'm gonna break my rule and I'm gonna shuffle this on camera. It's so hard. Okay, here we go, the shaman. I think that they would tell you that your guidance, and look, there's a little crystal up here, like your presence in their life has really helped them get in touch with their mystic side and with their inner truths. And they would honestly just express gratitude. Like they are on this journey, and this journey was really spurred by your connection. And they have so much love for you and so much respect for you. I feel like they're like reaching out just for a high five, like, hey man, what's up? Okay, so let's wrap this up with some channeled messages, and then I will grab some charms for you as well. So what are their secret feelings for pile number 2, their person? What are their deepest feelings? Okay. I haven't moved on. So I think this person would, like, they're having a hard time really incorporating that tower moment and fully integrating it. And I think that they haven't moved on. Like if you look at these cards, they are all upright until the tower, and then they are reversed. And so I think this person does not really like want you to know how much like they are still dealing with this tower moment. Like it's really important for them, for you to see that they're really strong. I think this echoes it. So we need to grow separately. I think this person is so freaking grateful for how much you have done for them, but they want to even the scales. And I think, again, like it's not an ego thing in a bad way. It's just they want to feel like they're not, like, how do I say this? Like, not that they're not like a child, but you are further in your growth than they are. And I think they want to be able to meet you with even footing. Like they kind of see you as, you know, this shaman, and they're just getting in the game. And I think they really want that independence, and they want to make you proud. They want to show you, hey, like you have put effort into me and look what I've done with it. What else would this person say? I wish you could see yourself through my eyes. Oh, this person really does just like think the world of you. Like honestly, the world. And you might not see that, you know, I feel like you're kind of like just in your world, staying in your lane, thriving, like doing what you need to do. And this person just thinks you're absolutely amazing. And they want you to see that too. The depth of my feelings scare me. I think that's this little baby Page of Cups over here. Like just chilling, really terrified at all of the changes that are happening. I've moved on. I haven't moved on, and I've moved on. I feel like this person is working through it. Like, and I think this back and forth, like growth is not a linear, like it's not linear, right? Like you may, oh, my hand got really big putting it up there. Sorry. Like you may find that you go 2 steps forward and 1 step back. And this person might go back and forth on whether or not like they are all right. And they do have these doubts that keep creeping up. So I think like a little bit of instability there is understandable. Okay. What does person choose? Their deepest feelings. Okay. I see you in my dreams. Yeah, I think this person's intuition is getting stronger. They're still not very comfortable with it, which is why the High Priestess is reversed here. But they are connecting with their higher self and connecting with their dreams. So I am not surprised about that. Okay. I'm going to grab a few times. So, Spirit, why are they so excited about you? Okay. So this is a little pyramid with a city line and stars and moon. I feel like this person wants to travel the world with you. Like they see the world when they look at you, truly. And they just find you so magical and so mystical. Music could be really important in your connection. This is a little guitar. Palm trees, so maybe you live by the beach, or maybe you've traveled together on vacation to somewhere tropical or beachy. And honestly, like I get the kind of just like this is somebody that you are super comfortable with too. Like you could roll up in flip-flops and a messy bun and they wouldn't care. Like they're game for it. Same thing with this tree. I think that there's a really, really solid foundation here, and it's only growing. This little Felix the cat. I have 2 of these. One's black and one's white. He looks like Felix. He's not actually Felix. This is my chaos bad charm. So I do think that this person has some issues that they're still working through, that they're not really being super upfront about. I think that is really kind of like that I have moved on, I haven't moved on. I think that getting connected to their emotional body and getting connected to their intuition has been difficult for them. And they don't really want you to see this chaotic part of their life. Like they really want to present like more, like whether they're masculine or feminine, like more in that like Empress, like hunter energy. Like I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going, like I've got a straight shot and it's all good vibes here. And I think that they're hesitant to let you in to actually see the inner turmoil that they're going through. The red wine glasses here, so they may be drinking to deal with some of this. I don't get like a heavy like alcoholic or like unhealthy coping mechanisms from this pile. However, this is just like a reminder, you know, like if you're in separation from them right now, they might be hiding that they're like partaking a little bit too much. And again, like they don't want you to see that. So if they don't want to hang out with you, or like they don't see you for a little bit, they might just be going out with friends and not really wanting you to see that part of their life. And then we have this little scarab beetle ladybug. So I think this connection is blessed in a lot of ways. I think there's a lot of luck here. I feel like this person, regardless of what happens, if this is romantic, if it's not, they really see you as their lucky star. And you are so important to them. And I think like they will do whatever they can to make sure that your connection stays grounded and in balance. Because they do see you as such a huge blessing in their life. Okay, well, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed this reading, please come back and see me again. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, or comment. Let me know how this resonated. Would love some feedback. And also, it really helps me in growing my channel, since this is such a new channel, but this was really fun. I'm so grateful to have you here, and I hope you will come back and see me again soon. Thank you. Hi, pile 3. If you chose this little turquoise guy, then this is your reading. So I'm going to pull out a few oracles, and we are going to do a person A and B spread right now. The last 2 piles, I have felt more strongly that pile A was the person who's watching, and we asked about B's feelings, but these feelings could be mirrored. They were in the last pile, so definitely take what resonates, and if things feel like they're a little bit flip-flopped, that's totally all right. Okay, totally all right. Okay, it's been a long day, but I'm gonna go through and pull out the main energies for each of these 2 people. I'm finally breaking this deck in enough to where I feel like I can actually shuffle it and get something. Before it was literally coming out in huge chunks, because the cards are really stuck together. Okay. So for person A, we have the womb. Love it, super protective energy. And on the right, we have the siren. Little temptation energy going in here. I grew up by the sea, so I love mermaids. We are going to get 2 cards for the energy in between these 2 people. And it looks like I definitely put in cards upside down from the last reading, so it be what it be. And I'm going to take this guy, and this is too much spirit. Okay. And we are going to get, I'm going to decide if I'm going to take that reversal in a second. But I'm going to get an animal card for each side as well. And then I think 1 more oracle. I'm feeling it. Don't tell the other piles. Oh dear Lord. Whew. I feel a lot of kind of like manic energy right now. I'm like double checking to make sure that I actually, this is a lot. This is a lot, okay. Okay. So let's take a look at these 2. So we have the womb over here, the scorpion and the sea serpent. And over here, we have the siren with the dragon. This actually came out in pile 1 as well. The connecting energies are all paths lead home, inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. And Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. This did come out upside down. I am going to take this reversal here. And then I am going to grab one of these oracles as well. I think it belongs here. That is what I'm feeling. So I'm going to be pulling this for the siren person. I don't feel like this is connecting. Okay. Saris, love and mother yourself. Okay, friends. So this is quite a heavy energy here. Out of all the piles, I think this one speaks the most about conflict and separation for me. I would be very, very shocked if these two people were in a relationship together. I think both of these people are on their separate journeys. And I think really their journeys right now are about going within. And on one hand, I think person one is going within to heal. Person two, I think, is being forced to go within to really understand the underlying reasons for why they've acted the way that they've acted. And let's work across the pile and we can kind of get into what's happening here. One thing that I wanted to note is that two spirit cards came out from this deck, the Sea Serpent and the Dragon. The Sea Serpent is really about healing old emotional wounds and also expressing feelings and emotions. And because we've been doing pile A and B and reading pile B's feelings for the most part, I do feel like the desire to communicate and kind of understand the situation and the feelings on both sides is probably coming from pile number one. The womb is about going within and really connecting to the eternal mother. It's a time of deep healing, kind of cutting yourself away from the energy of life. I think this person, most likely you, has been through a lot. I think this connection has really pushed both of you to your limits. Like I feel a heaviness, and not just like heaviness in my head, but also like squeezing my shoulders. Like I think this has been a huge burden. I think there's been a lot of hurt on both sides and a lot of tears shed here. The Scorpion, while it looks like a bit of an aggressive card here, the Scorpion's really about being passionate and having fiery energy. I think that this person is really going back in so they can go back to the way that they used to express themselves. I think from what I'm seeing in this connection and situation, like I think that person A was pushed to the limit in a lot of ways. And their fiery Scorpion side was coming out instead of their like fun-loving Scorpion side. And I think it's really forced them to go within and really figure out like what their deep core wounds are and how to heal those, so their fun side can come out instead of that fiery side, and so they can stay in balance. And for the most part, I think this person is being very successful with this task. I don't really see blockages for this person. However, I do see a separation from person two, and I think that that is actually benefiting them a lot. Person two is, I'm just getting the feeling, is a bit of a mess. I think this person has very intense mother wounds, and they are learning that they really need to go in and be able to mother themselves. Like, they're not going to be able to go back in time and get the emotional support and the love and whatever nurturing they needed. They need to figure out how to do it for themselves. And I think it's very telling that this person A is the womb. I think this person has a very nurturing quality to them, and a tendency to overextend. And I think that the siren person was attracted to that. And rather than mothering themselves and putting that energy into themselves, I think they were looking for it externally. And I think that's probably like the core reason why they need to go within, is they need to be able to figure out how to create that womb and mother energy for themselves. The dragon card is about going within, understanding yourself, taking a spiritual journey within, being able to balance your ego and your spirit. And I think this person, the siren, when upright, talks about temptation. When it is reversed, it talks about addiction. I think this person has a lot of maladaptive coping mechanisms that probably led to this connection basically disintegrating. I think this was a necessary connection. I feel like these two people were meant to meet. I think that they had a dynamic that really was triggering for both of them in a lot of ways. Like, I don't want to completely just blame the siren for everything that happened in the connection, although it does seem like they are a little bit less balanced than this person on the left. However, we still have this really fiery energy over here. So I do feel like at times this was an explosive connection, and it really wore both of you down. And there's a reason why it pushed you to this place of a spiritual awakening and really reevaluating who you want to be and how you want to live life. Unfortunately for the siren person, I feel like they are still kind of in the throes of dealing with their shit. Like, they're still looking for external comfort rather than looking within. And they're starting to do it. Like, they are on that path. But it's a little bit of a push and a pull, like, they'll go within, they'll get freaked out, they'll kind of run. I have a feeling that this person may have cheated in this relationship as well, if this was a full-on relationship. I think they have done everything possible to numb themselves and avoid going within. And I think it's gotten to the point where there is no other option for them. Like, they are going within. The energy in between these two right now is all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. The card that came out in reverse is Star Brothers. Protection, loyalty, safety, trust. I see the trust in this situation was completely shattered. I really don't feel too much connecting energy between these two piles. I feel like they are pretty much in their own lanes. Like, what happened has happened, and it's on the table, like, there's no coming back from it. Like, the trust between these two has been broken. And I have a feeling that the womb person is probably looking for more insight into why things happen the way that they did. Because I don't see this Saturn person really being able to like say, hey, I have all these childhood wounds and they cause me to act out in X, Y, and Z ways. Like, this person seems like they went down a very, very dark path, and caused a lot of hurt for the womb person. Enough to where this person was just like, yo, I gotta withdraw after this. Like, I need to get my stuff straight. Like, they're toxic and they need to go. And I'm not gonna stick around for this. And I think like that is like truly on the table. There seems to be like a finality to the separation between these two, where like it's not recoverable. But I don't know, energy can change. You know, I think these two people are on a path of self-discovery right now, and until they actually make it home within themselves, I don't think that energy will change. But we're going to move on into asking about the siren's feelings. Okay, Spirit, can you tell me a little bit about person B's feelings and what they have been hiding from person A? What are their secret feelings? I just heard, like, I'm so messed up, I don't even know what to work on. Like, my foundation is completely cracked. Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles, and this is the Nine of Swords. Wait, yeah, Nine of Swords. The Magician, the High Priestess in reverse, and oof, yeah. I'm gonna look at the back of the deck as well. The Nine of Wands. Okay. I think this person has a lot of maladaptive coping mechanisms, and I would not be surprised if this person had cheated on you. Normally, the Magician for me is about manifestation. I would be a little bit more untrustworthy of this Magician, considering the next two cards of the Three of Cups and Knight of Cups. Like, I think this person is someone who is able to manifest, and they are manifesting all of the wrong things. I think that they are extremely scared to go within themselves. I think their secret feelings truly are an actual admission of how messed up they are. I don't even think that like, I just heard, I wouldn't disrespect you with an apology, like you're going to forgive me. Like, I think this person feels completely bound by their actions, and like there's absolutely no way out or way back from what they've done. Like they've completely shattered the foundation of the connection that you've had. And I think it haunts this person, but they still are doing whatever they can to kind of get out of that discomfort. So, they're being forced to look within, but it's really like they're being forced to look within, kicking and screaming. And it's not like overnight they just decided like, oh, I drink too much and I make mistakes. I can't say that. I just heard something really rude. That's probably my muertos. There's a lot of nuns, okay? I got a lot of nuns in my life, and they don't like cheating at all. Yeah, I think this person is still, out there doing their thing. And it is becoming more and more meaningless as days go by. I think they're realizing that they need to put a lot of effort into what they're doing. And they're becoming more and more comfortable with the idea that they're going to actually have to work for this. And they're kind of trying to like build up the strength to do that. But yeah, I think if this person could say anything to you, they would really tell you, like, I understand what I've done. Which honestly, in a situation like this, is maybe like the best that you could hope for. Like, if somebody's broken your trust that badly and understands that that's where they're at right now, like, it's better that they're not going to come back to you and try to lie and say, hey, like, I'm not going to do it again. Like, this person knows that they're going to do it again. And they know that they've destroyed this. And I think there's a lot of feelings of confusion here and just feeling trapped by circumstance. Like, they're not really sure where this journey is taking them, but they know they're going to be in it for the long haul. Okay. I'm going to pull some additional clarifying cards for their feelings and what are their secret feelings. I have a feeling too, like you knew whatever this person did, like you knew. You were straight up like this high priestess being like, what did you do today? Like, I don't know about that. Like, I think you're lying to me. Okay, so the two romance angel cards that came out are you deserve love and it is safe for you to love. Oh, I think this person really feels bad. Like, and they know that what they did was not what you deserve. And they worry that they've really traumatized you. And it's not just about like them wanting to date you again. Like, this person seems like they have a lot of love for you. I know that there's not a lot of like cups here, and these are unreliable cups. That's kind of what I call them. But the fact that this person is like willing to even admit this, like they know they fucked up. And I think that they worry that they've put you through so much hell that you are going to carry this into relationships moving forward. because I think that this person has a lot of issues and probably understood it before, and brought out aspects of you that they probably didn't realize like were there. Like, I don't think they see that you needed healing too. And I don't want to put like your actions on the same level as this person, because I think this person is a separate case. But a lot of times we come into these relationships and it challenges us, and we grow and we go within and we go on our spiritual journey. We become more connected with ourselves. I think this person is very, like, if they could be completely honest with you, they would admit that they're scared that they've really fucked you up. And that you're not going to want to date after this, especially like your energy is the womb right now. I think this person realizes that they've completely shut you down and have been cut off. And that makes them really sad. Like, I mean, this person's already sad. Like, it's feeding into their kind of self-fulfilling prophecy of being a chump. But that is something that they really weighs heavy on their mind. Let's see. I'm trying to decide what deck I want to grab for this. I think I'm going to look in this deck. So if they could be honest, what would they say? Truest feelings about this. Okay. I've actually never seen this card before. That's exciting. And I'm gonna pull another card from the Starseed deck then. I did not separate the two that I pulled, so hopefully we won't get a double card. I kind of get the sense that this person and you shared some sort of like understanding of being different. Like you're not from this galaxy, or you know, like you're two peas in a pod, but like you were the black sheep of the family. Like you didn't get along with your family, or you never felt like quite accepted, and you both found a lot of acceptance within each other. And it was kind of like, it was kind of a tricky dynamic because you put a lot into each other, and I think this person really kind of crumbled on it. Like they were not able to live up to the pressure of it, of having somebody rely on them. Okay, and we have empathic starseed, an energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. And this came out in reverse as well. So I think this just like plays into that, like, I don't want to say like overextension, but feeling like you're almost one with this person. And there's an egg cracking here, and I feel like when they broke this connection, like it broke both of you in a lot of ways. And they really, like, they have this extreme guilt about it. Because I think it was like probably one of the only meaningful connections that they've ever had. And the fact that they broke it, it's probably like the only thing that was ever going to get them to like own up to their bullshit, is losing something that was so extremely important. I think both of you are very spiritual people. I think this person tries to drown it out with alcohol, potentially drugs, probably sex. And I don't think they can feel you anymore right now. Like I feel like they had this hyper connectivity with you. Like it was a very like empathic connection that existed very intensely on the 5D as well. And you have completely withdrawn your energy, and taken that energetic sovereignty back. And this person is just kind of left to pick up their own pieces. And you probably still feel them once in a while, but I do feel like your your spiritual team is not going to let you get dragged into this forever. Like once you've tapped in and you've gone through your pain, there's no point in having you feel this person anymore. Like they have been the impetus for you going inside and healing what you need to heal. You don't need to be involved in their spiritual path after that. And I feel like this is your spirits, honestly, and their spirits too, saying like, hey, like, it's not going to be healthy or productive for you two to be so connected and feel each other so much. Because at the beginning of the spread, it did feel so much like you were both on, like, in your two lanes. And there was very little connecting energy. Like the energy was really like, this is broken and you're going within. And I think this just echoes that, like, what once was there just isn't there anymore. And it's really sad. In this case, I also think it is an extremely good thing for both of you. Like you both need to figure yourselves out without getting dragged into each other's emotions. Okay, and I'm gonna ask, like, what is the core wound that this person is working the hardest on? I mean, I think this person has a lot of wounds about how they were nurtured, but yeah. I think this person does think obsessively. And we have the 9 of Swords up here. I think a challenge for them right now is to be able to deal with their anxiety and their overthinking without turning to drugs and alcohol. Like, they're just like anxious and panicked, but they're still dipping their little baby toes into getting into their intuition. And I think that they worry about how much that they've broken this connection. I think it was a big source of comfort for them. And they're still just really, really struggling on how to process anything and move forward without using these maladaptive coping mechanisms. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to move on to channeled messages, and then we are going to wrap up with some charms. And then maybe a little bit of advice for you, because I feel like you are in your own lane and you might just be checking up on this person and seeing how they're doing. You know, they're on their bullshit. They're processing, but they slow. Like, it's going to take them a while. And I think it's going to take this person a lot more headaches and heartaches before they really get to a level where they're good. I think you are much more in touch with your emotions and able to process a little bit more effectively than this person. And so I'm sure, like, you're going to be manifesting and creating, and this person is still going to be like, you know, 2 steps down the road. But, okay. I just want to be friends. Yeah, I think this person would love to have you in their life. Whether that's an option, like, I don't feel like that's an option. I think they would be embarrassed to even ask you to take them back. Like, I don't think they would even ask that. Like, it would be, like, offensive to you. Your pain is my pain. Yeah, they think about that a lot. Don't wait for me. They know that they're just a mess. I'm working on being deserving of your love. But, like, it's going to take this person time. They've got a lot of stuff to work through. Come on. Should we do, like, 1 or 2 more? I'm not truly ready for commitment. Yeah, they probably tried. They probably tried with you, but they're a freaking mess. Like, they need a lot of external, not even external validation. Like, they focus on the external to quiet and push down their internal. And I want to make it up to you. Yeah. Whether or not you give this person an opportunity to make it up to you, I don't think that they would come back to you in a romantic way. But I do think this person cares deeply about you. They feel like you are family in a lot of ways. Like the connecting energy was Star Brothers, that talked about trust, the one that was reversed in the previous Palo. Like, I think this person really does look at you like you're part of Starborn. Like, you're cut from the same cloth in a lot of ways, and the loss of you has been really, really devastating. You know, at the same time, they realize that, like, it's their fault. And they don't have the right to ask you for anything. And frankly, in my opinion, you shouldn't give them anything. But, you know, that's just big sis looking out for you. Depending on what this person did, kind of up to you. Like, take it how it resonates. I'm sure there will be some people who will be more lenient and willing to forgive. And others where this is really end of the road. Okay, so I'm going to grab a few charms. What this person would say to you. Oh, wow. Okay, that was a lot. Okay, the first thing that I am seeing is peace. Like, they really want peace here. And they want you to be happy. I mean, they want to be happy, but they want you to be happy. There's a unicorn here, so I think that really speaks to the way that they felt like the two of you were really unique together and magical. And you had something that was different. There's the little weird sheep too, which is like a purple sheep. And I feel like that just speaks to uniqueness. And this person thought you were like really cute and soft. This little friend is a yin yang. Yeah. They really thought that you were cut from the same cloth, that you complemented one another, that you were really, like, you were these, like, beings that were connected in a different way than they'd really ever been connected with somebody before. And they really appreciated that connection. And I feel like shit. There's a little skull and crossbones with a bow. I just heard in my head, like, my gift to you is letting this die. Like, they know that they can't be anything for you. And so, like, the best thing for them to do is take themselves out of the situation, because that truly is the best thing for you at this point. And it's not like a selfless act, but they have an awareness of it. The snowflake charm came out as well. Again, just speaking to the uniqueness of this, this connection. The palm tree, where I think in this case, this is like, this person felt so comfortable for you, or comfortable with you. Like, just like when things were good, it was like vacation vibes, you know? You could show up at this person's house wearing flip-flops and baggy sweatpants, and they didn't care. Like, anytime that you came around, it was like the sun was out. And they miss that sun being out in their life. We have a key here. I think they recognize that this connection unlocked a place in themselves that they're very scared of. Like, we also have the heart, the lock, and it came out upside down. I think this person realized that like there's a heart key in that charm box as well. This one is a little clover key on the ends. Like, there's a degree of luck that came into play in the two of you meeting and having these experiences, no matter how hard they were. But that's not the key that's going to unlock this person's heart. And I think that like they're really sad that that key is not going to fix them. Like, they feel broken. But they recognize that you need to go give that key to somebody else who's deserving of it. The tree of life is here. And that speaks to the connection to the universe, the fact that you're growing and developing and becoming more spiritual. And that was really the purpose of this connection. And then this came out in the last reading as well, which is a little lucky ladybug. And this little friend was flipped over. And I feel like they know that their luck has run out here. And again, like this, it's bittersweet because this connection, they know that it's really important, and it brought to light a lot of things that they needed to work on. And maybe to a certain extent, the stuff that they were doing, they thought that their luck was going to last forever. Like, you weren't going to find out, or it wasn't going to impact anything. Like, you know, if this was like them going out and getting messed up and making a mistake once, like they thought that they were going to be able to like go out and toe the line forever. But it didn't work out that way. And so like they were down on their luck, but they also recognize that it's, in the grand scheme of things, it's lucky. It's a blessing in disguise. And I think that they will always look at your connection and at you as a blessing. They really do have a lot of care for you and a lot of respect, even though they know that they did not treat you in the way that you deserve and in a respectful way. So, for you, I'm going to pull you one card, just for something that you can focus on and advice, because I think this is a lot of heavy energy, and whatever went down was quite distressing. And I think you're really on a great path to just be happy again. And I think you're doing it, like, obviously not because this person wants it, but you're doing it for you. And I think that's really phenomenal. Like, you're killing it, honestly, in the growth game. Okay. So we have Lilith, reclaim your power. I think she speaks for herself. Like, this is one of the dark moon goddesses. I think you are really getting down and dirty with your dark side, and you are really going within and trying to integrate lessons. And reclaim your power. You know, I think the womb energy for you is where you need to be right now. I think going within and figuring out who you are, who you want to be, what you want to be in life, how you feel powerful. I think this connection drained a lot from you. And I think figuring those things out for yourself is really going to put you in a position where you can find a healthy relationship. And I'm just gonna Pull one. Oh, you got the chaos good, cat. This is just like your personal little charm as well. Take comfort in your spirit animals, and don't be afraid to, you know, let your scorpion energy out and go have some fun. Like you don't have to always just, like, while you're in the womb energy, that doesn't mean you have to stay inside all the time and not have fun and not go out with friends and not do anything. Like, let your inner wild child, your like little weirdness come out. Like, you're a light in other people's lives. And I think this is just a reminder that people miss seeing this smiley, happy version of you. And that little smiley, happy version of you wants to come out. So learn what you can from the situation and make sure, you know, that little kitty, that little chaos cat gets its moment again. Because I'm just hearing in my head, like, you are a light. And that's your purpose in life. And once you figure this stuff out, I think figuring out how to reclaim that and share that with the world again in a way that makes you feel balanced and comfortable, is the best direction that you can go and the best way that you can, you know, use this healing energy. Okay. This is all I have for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me grow my channel. And honestly, I'm just really grateful that you're here, that you found this video. I hope it was useful. And I hope you'll come and see me again in another reading. Thanks. Bye.